You earn more than you used to. Objectively, your income has grown, and yet, nothing really changed. You still feel pressure. You still think about money. And at the end of the month, it still feels like there is not enough. This is Capital Clarity, a channel where we explain how money works clearly, simply, honestly. This experience is more common than it seems. Many people reach a point where their income increases, sometimes significantly, but their financial situation feels almost identical to before. There is still stress. There is still uncertainty. And there is still the sense that money disappears faster than it should. At first, this feels confusing. If income is higher, the result should be better. That is the expectation most people have. But in practice, the outcome often stays the same. The issue is not just how much you earn. It is how your financial system reacts when your income changes. For most people, income growth is immediately followed by lifestyle growth. As earnings increase, spending adjusts almost automatically. Better options become normal, small upgrades feel justified, and over time, the baseline cost of living rises. This process is gradual, almost invisible, but very consistent. And because of that, the extra income never creates distance. It gets absorbed. Human behavior naturally adapts to new standards. What once felt like a luxury becomes normal. What once felt expensive becomes acceptable. When this happens with money, your expectations increase at the same pace as your income. You no longer compare your current situation to your past. You compare it to your current environment. And that environment often pushes you to spend more. So even though you earn more, it does not feel like progress. It feels like maintaining a new level. One of the most important shifts happens in fixed expenses. Rent or housing upgrades, car payments, subscriptions and recurring services. These are not one-time decisions. They are commitments. Once they increase, they lock in a higher monthly cost. And unlike flexible spending, they cannot be easily reduced without significant changes. Over time, more of your income becomes fixed. And the more fixed your expenses are, the less flexibility you have. Financial comfort does not come from income alone. It comes from margin. Margin is the space between what you earn and what you spend. When your expenses grow with your income, that space does not expand. It stays the same or even shrinks. Without margin, any unexpected expense creates pressure. Any disruption feels significant. And no matter how much you earn, the feeling remains the same. Not all increases in spending are obvious. Many of them are small and repeated. More frequent takeout, higher quality products, convenient services, subscriptions that feel insignificant individually. Each of these decisions seems reasonable. None of them feel like a problem. But together, they create a steady increase in monthly spending. And because this increase is gradual, it often goes unnoticed. Another factor is comparison. As your income grows, your environment often changes. You are exposed to people with higher standards of living, different habits, and different expectations. This shifts your perception. What once felt like enough now feels average. And what feels average creates pressure to improve. This does not always happen consciously, but it influences decisions. Earning more money solves some problems, but it does not automatically create control. Without structure, more income simply increases the scale of your behavior. If your system is inefficient, it becomes inefficient at a higher level. If your spending is unstructured, it remains unstructured. The result is the same pattern, just with larger numbers. The solution is not to avoid earning more. It is to change what happens when you do. Instead of allowing your lifestyle to grow automatically, you introduce a decision point. You decide how much of the increase goes to spending and how much goes to building stability. This creates a difference between income growth and lifestyle growth. And that difference is where progress happens. To change the feeling of being constantly behind, you need to rebuild margin. This does not require extreme changes. It requires consistency. Keeping some expenses stable even as income grows. Limiting automatic upgrades. Being aware of new recurring costs. Over time, these decisions create space. And that space changes how money feels. Not all spending is a problem. The difference is intention. When spending is intentional, it aligns with your priorities. It improves your life in a clear way. When it is automatic, it follows patterns, habits, or external influence. Shifting from automatic to intentional spending does not reduce quality of life. It increases control. The long-term goal is not just to earn more. It is to create a system where increases in income lead to increases in stability. This means more savings, more flexibility, more options, instead of more pressure. Feeling broke is not always about the amount of money you earn. It is often about how quickly that money disappears, and how little of it stays long enough to create change. Earning more does not fix the feeling. Keeping more does.